Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin is due in court virtually tomorrow to decide whether he will waive his preliminary hearing in order to speed up proceedings. Tyler Robinson facing multiple state charges, including aggravated murder, and state prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. Fox News contributor and criminal defense attorney Donna Rotunno joins us now. Donna, good morning. What can we expect to see tomorrow?
Good morning, Griff. How are you? I think tomorrow what we're going to see is a fairly quick hearing. You are correct. Mr. Robinson does have the right to waive that preliminary hearing. Preliminary hearings are really a procedural step that move the case to the next level. Some states have a grand jury process. Utah does not have one. So this is the mechanism in which to move the case forward to a trial posture. My guess is he will probably waive that preliminary hearing, given the fact that there does seem to be a large amount of evidence that would justify probable cause for the case to move forward. That will be up to him and his lawyers to make that call. I don't think they're going to want to put all the facts that we heard in the proffer from the prosecutor out into the public sphere again. So my guess is that they will waive that hearing tomorrow.
Yeah, and Donna, talking about that evidence, let's show our viewers the prosecution's evidence against the Kirk murder suspect. Now, there's that hidden note inside the apartment, which read, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." There were DNA matches on the rifle and trigger, spent and unused cartridge casings. Towel rifle was wrapped in, and there were family interviews, Donna, detailing Robinson's shift to left-leaning, pro-gay and transgender beliefs. This is quite strong evidence.
It absolutely is strong evidence, and I think it's very interesting because you, in reading the letter, it really seemed as if, for the text messages especially, you really think that he thought he may get away with this, but yet the trail that was left with DNA, with fingerprints, with the gun, with the letter, there's really a mountain of evidence here that I think is going to play out in a very unfavorable way for him. So I'm fairly certain that they won't want that to be brought out again tomorrow in court. There's really no reason for it. As I said, it is a procedural step.
Yeah, and Donna, you're a lawyer. I'm not, but I can tell you one thing that seems a really damning piece of evidence against Robinson is that text message confession of sorts from Robinson to his transgender roommate. You can see it here on your screen. Roommate asked, "Why?" Robinson, "Why did I do it? Yeah. I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have no evidence." Do you see that as a confession?
I do. I mean, it's definitely a confession. It's, why did you do it? This is why I did it. So, yes, they will use that as a confession. They will be able to use that as a confession. There is no legal mechanism in which to have that excluded. That is a confession.
And just lastly, in the last 10 seconds I've got, Donna, do you anticipate that federal charges could ultimately come? These, of course, are state charges.
Sure. The feds can always come in and either charge more. We saw that in the Derek Chauvin case, the police officer that was charged with the death of George Floyd. He was charged originally in state court. Once the state court process played out, then the federal charges came. I think if this is in the same circumstance, that's exactly what we will see. I think they will let the state case play out first and then make a decision.
Donna Rotunno, great insight as always. We'll be covering the hearing tomorrow here on Fox News Channel. Donna, thank you. Have a great Sunday.
Thank you. You too.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.